9 Uhr. Nach dem Frühstück geht es jetzt zur Yosemite Valley Lodge zu meiner Floor Tour. Da kommt auch schon der Bus. Das ist noch nicht meine Tour. Ich habe noch ein bisschen Zeit, deswegen sitze ich hier noch mit einem Kaffee. Bis auf die Kinder ganz hinten bin ich, glaube ich, im unteren Mittelfeld des Altersdurchschnitts.
And I'm going to be the ranger leading this tour. Now, this tram tour will drive us through the valley, and I'm going to be pointing out at really beautiful features that we have around the valley, and I'm going to be pointing either on your left or right hand side. I'm facing you, so bear with me if I get those mixed up. It's going to be very obvious as to what I'm pointing, okay? It's going to be really obvious. But yeah, this is an awesome tour because you guys get to like sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. It's very different to when you're driving around the valley. You actually get to see everything all around us, and particularly those like granite giants we have here in the valley and our beautiful meadows. I'll be sharing a little bit about Yosemite Valley history as we move along. So as we make our way out of the Yosemite Valley Lodge area, just like for context, where we are at right now, we're in Yosemite Valley, and this valley is about 1 mile wide and 10 miles long. Okay, so when you think about that, I'm sure a lot of us have already like driven around the valley. So one of the things that I want you guys to think about while we are moving around the valley is how we can continue to, you know, coexist with the natural elements that exist in Yosemite, but not even just in Yosemite, everywhere else, like other national parks or even in our homes, right? Right in front of the nose,
El Capitan und auf der anderen Seite Cassidel Rock mit den zwei Spitzen.
Capitan is so gorgeous. It has over 100 climbing routes on it. Okay? Yeah, some of you guys already noticed the couple climbers we see. Yeah, we're gonna come to a brief stop in just a second to see if we can get a better view of like maybe some climbers and talk a little bit about notable ascents of the rock. It takes them an average of 3 to 5 days to get all the way to the top. Okay, and that's going to be experienced climbers. Okay,
so they do that like sleeping on the.
Yes, yes. So if they're gonna take about 3 to 5 days to get all the way to the top, that means that they need to bring everything they need, right, to survive. They need at least 3 liters of water per day. They need their food. They need to sleep on that rock. Mind you, they have all their climbing gear with them, so it's a lot of preparation, right? And yes, they are sleeping against the rock. Some people might find natural ledges against the rock. That's not typically the case. Some of them will actually bring like a sleeping cot. We call it a portaledge, and they clip that against the rock, and they are sleeping there. Setting up their sleeping bags and everything. Pretty intense, right?
Kurzer Stopp hier in der Bildmitte. Sieht man die Bridal Veil Falls. Die trocknen niemals aus, die werden gespeist von einem Creek, oder der wird gespeist von einem Creek. Und genau das gleiche gilt für Vernell und Nevada Falls. Die trocknen auch nie aus, weil die vom Merced River gespeist werden. Alle anderen Fälle sind durch Schneeschmelze und so. Gestern der Yosemite Fall war ja trocken. Vorher hat sie noch irgendein Centennial oder so, auch trocken. Aber die 3 Wasserfälle trocknen wohl nie aus.
included. This is also going to be a super busy viewpoint. So we're even seeing right now there's like a lot of people coming in and out. So just be very careful when you're navigating through the parking lots. Okay. And we're going to be here for about 10 minutes. You can get a better view of Half Dome. Okay. And right behind that big rock, just like straight ahead, that is Cloud's Rest. Okay. Cloud's Rest is what we look at beyond, like right directly across the valley. Alrighty. So just a couple of options for you guys to check out. That's one of the big things about Yosemite that I personally really enjoy. Especially just like in comparison to other parks that I've worked at, Yosemite is definitely like the most accessible one, okay? You can find hikes that are gonna be super long and strenuous, but you'll find also super friendly, short hikes or nice little strolls. No matter what your abilities are, or your hiking experience or levels, like I'm sure that there is something here for you in Yosemite, okay? It could be a hike, it could be a swim in the Merced River, it could be a picnic, it could be maybe just a relaxing, journaling, yoga session. Literally just looks like a leaning tower. Yeah. This is one of the first waterfalls that we see when we come in. Well, it's the first one that we see coming from Highway 41 from Tunnel View, right? I'm going to start us out with a cedar. Right here. Right here on our right, we have cedar. Ignore that rocky one. And we have the cedar. That rocky bark tree is a very good example of it. This is a ponderosa pine. My personal favorite. I think the bark looks pretty crazy insane. One of my coworkers describes it as like the skin of an elephant, you know, like elephant legs. I want to find a very obvious one. Right here, that's an oak, okay. Let me point out another one. We're coming to one right here right above us, the black oak, okay. Black oak, those are going to be very easy to identify when we look at the leaves. You'll notice like multiple inlets, okay, that's our oak. Eagle Peak, okay? Eagle Peak. Definitely one of my, I think they're like underrated rock formation. I think it's super cool that they like stack on top of each other. And again, that 24,000 cubic meters of rockfall from 1987 came from that middle brother right there. On the left of the three brothers, we have this Don Wall of El Capitan. If you wanted to see a really good sunrise, come over here to this pull out. The sun is going to be, and you won't actually see the sunrise. Okay, you'll see the lighting. The lighting is absolutely beautiful. One thing to point out on this eastern wall is that there's actually, we're not going to see it today because it's again another ephemeral waterfall, but it's pretty famous. So just something to share with you all. Maybe some of you guys might be interested in visiting around that time. Because in the months of February and March, there's this ephemeral waterfall that we know as Horsetail Fall. And during sunset hour, this waterfall will look like an actual fire coming down, okay? It glows bright orange, absolutely beautiful. It lasts only a couple minutes, and it's only during the months of February and March, okay? The chapel, this is the building I was talking about, the only building sitting in its original location after that flood in 97, okay? There's actually services available in the chapel if you're interested. They're listed, the hours are listed right here. Some people like to joke that you were more likely to see it, but it used to be described again as perfectly inaccessible. Yosemite became the third national park. And the really awesome thing that we see come about that is that not only does the Park Service will focus on visitor experience, and one of our biggest missions is to conserve and preserve this place for future generations. And how are we doing that? We are bringing in conservation and preservation as well. Now guys, chips are down. We've reached the end of our tour, and there's so much more we could chat about, but we've run out of time. I'm going to be here for about 5 to 10 minutes for any further questions. I want us to like continue thinking about that again, especially as we finish on that note, like, hey, we're focusing on that conservation and preservation. I want us to like think about like, hey, how can we continue doing that? How can we continue sharing this resource, not just with like our friends, family, and community, but also the critters and natural beings that exist here in Yosemite to continue enjoying the beauty of not just Yosemite, but all of our national parks and public lands in the country and the world. Thank you guys so much for being here with me today. I had a blast. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day. Thank you so much to Donald for driving us. And yeah, guys, enjoy Yosemite. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Zeit für ein bisschen Bewegung zu Fuß. Habe mir nochmal einen Kaffee geholt und eine Tasse, die es nur hier gibt vom Yosemite Nationalpark. Und jetzt geht's Richtung Visitor Center, aber zu Fuß. Ich bin jetzt hier gerade an der Karte vorbeigekommen, bin jetzt ja hier. Ich glaube, ich werde mir jetzt mal das Museum, das Indian Village, das hat die Rangerin auch hervorgehoben, angegucken. Dann die Galerie wollte ich sowieso und zur Post möchte ich auch. Also gehe ich jetzt hier so ein bisschen einen Umweg und dann gehe ich zum Welcome Center, welches heute hoffentlich offen hat. Gehen wir mal schauen. Ich werde mir jetzt erstmal eine nette Bank suchen, meinen Kaffee in Ruhe austrinken und dann hier die ganzen Sachen angucken. Als erstes gehe ich ins Yosemite Museum. Hier ist auch ein schöner Querschnitt eines Baumes. Der ist ungefähr doppelt so hoch wie ich, weil ich gucke hier genau auf die Mitte. Hier sind ein paar Jahreszahlen. Unabhängigkeitserklärung. Da oben 1890 Yosemite Bird Nationalpark. Echt krass, wie alt der sein soll. In der Mitte sieht man so eine kleine Feuerstelle. Ich weiß nicht, ob man da hinten von der anderen Seite auch reingucken kann, ob der zugänglich ist. Aber das ist irgendein Zeremonienhaus. Hier in der Mitte müsste die Feuerstelle sein. Das ist eine Schwitzhütte. Und da sieht man den anderen Eingang, da kommt man aber nicht ran.